presented by Osahagan Senior Services. It's 8:33. It's 50 degrees now, 69 later this afternoon, with a chance of some showers and thunder showers in the area by tonight. We talked about what's happening in Elkader this weekend. We've been talking about it on the air for a couple of weeks now. The Clayton County CAN. Clayton County CAN stands for Clayton County Conservation Awareness Network, and the Music and Monarchs event's happening there in the park in Elkader on Saturday. And one of the insiders, one of the guys who helped put this on again this year, because it happened last year, is Gary Siegwarth, who folks in Elkader know, who works down at the fish hatchery and works for the Iowa DNR. But he's the president of the Clayton County Conservation Awareness Network. Gary, I bet you're excited because this Saturday is supposed to be a spectacular day.
Yes.
And you've got another great event lined up.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head. I'm super excited that we're having our second annual Music and Monarch Festival. And the weather looks great, like it's going to be great. So we're really excited about it.
It's going to be sunny and cool on Saturday, but it's perfect butterfly weather. So
perfect.
What's the reason for Music and Monarchs?
Well, that's a really good question. And last year was our first annual event, and it all started from just an awareness of the plight of the monarch, which their populations have declined 90% since 1992, and so it was a way to make people aware of, we all grew up with monarchs, and monarchs just provides an iconic connection of, really a deeper connection to things going on in the landscape. And to be quite honest, until last year, and I grew up with monarchs, we all have, but I really never grasped the phenomenon of their migration cycle and some of the things on the landscape, our local landscape, that affects their population. And for example, just real quick, just that it takes the monarchs we see in August are the ones that are going to migrate 2,000 miles down to Mexico. But those same butterflies don't come back. They overwinter there. They start the journey north, and it takes 3 generations actually of them laying eggs on the milkweed plant, which is their only host plant, and 30 days for the cycle for the butterfly to emerge. And that happens 3 times before the longer-lived generation shows up in Iowa. And I really just never understood that, and I think most of us really haven't, because everyone I tell that to, they're just like, wow, I really didn't quite understand that connection.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating story, and you mentioned the milkweed plants, and you'll be having free milkweed plants for folks who come to the event on Saturday. Is there an issue with milkweeds? Has the habitat declined?
Well, that's a good question, and an easy way to find that answer. Because I personally, I learn most of the things I see are what I observe myself. Drive across the Iowa landscape, it's changing. I mean, all those places, those sloughs, the pastures, all that, over time, it slowly is disappearing, and with that little pieces of land are the milkweeds and all these other diverse plants for pollinators and all these other things. So that's what's changing.
And we know, Tim, that those monarchs, they do like the milkweeds. My kids had a good time planting some in our backyard a few years back, and it was exciting. It was exciting for them as kids, and I'm so glad you're giving it out, because it does something to help the next generation, too, kind of see why these things are important. Right,
and that's the fun part about it. It's like the milkweed plant can be anywhere. They can be in road ditches, they can be in backyard gardens, they can be in little plots of land because even I was down at the St. Olaf Co-op yesterday, or the ag sales, and the owner was telling me how just from our event last year, there was a number of producers that come in and talk about, hey, I saw this patch of milkweed that I was able to leave out there now that I understand what the connection is. So the fun part of having an event like this is creating awareness. It's just a simple matter of a lot of times of us preserving these things as an awareness of them, and everything starts with awareness.
It's going to be a big fun event. There'll be, the kids will get a chance to get some monarch butterfly face painting and learn about these things, and it's going to happen all afternoon on Saturday. I see that the music lasts pretty much all afternoon. You guys are starting up with John Strawber's about 12:30 on Saturday. Is that right?
Exactly. Who says awareness can't be fun?
Who says, indeed? Well, and you guys are having so much fun. The music lineup is fantastic.
Yeah, where else can you go to see a free lineup of the Driftless Sisters, the Way Down Wanderers, and the Pistol Whipping Party Penguins, who I actually discovered up in Decorah.
Yeah. I love those guys so much.
Yeah, so starting at 12:30, John Stravers is going to come and play, coming down from McGregor, and he'll have Sophia Landis with him, it looks like. And
actually, Sophia, they formed a different band called Honeyweiss that Sophia's going to be there. So everything's like evolving. And actually, last year, a band even like the Driftless Sisters, this really kicked off for them, and they've had a CD since then and a lot of things. So
yeah,
it was exciting.
And the Driftless Sisters at 1:30, Way Down Wanderers are coming up from Illinois. They played last year, right?
Yep. In fact, I was trying to get them to come back, and of course now they have a manager, and say, well, their prices went up a little bit, and so I was able to get through their promotion manager, and I said, well, how about you do 2 shows for the price of one? I could tell the skepticism, and he said, well, I'll run it by him, and I got an email 30 minutes later that said they'd love to come back because they had such a great time and just discovering this part of Iowa.
Yeah, I see they'll be in St. Olaf on Friday night and then playing at 3 o'clock on Saturday there in Elkader at the festival, and it's a free show. And they've got a new album coming out this summer that was produced by one of the guys from the Avid Brothers, so they're a talented bunch down there from Peoria. So they'll be there, and then the Pistol Whip and Party Penguins, who play Decorah an awful lot, and it'll be good to get them down in the park in Elkader. So where is Founders Park in Elkader?
Founders Park is just right in the downtown area. It's actually in an area that was hit by the 2008 flood. It used to be houses, and now it was a buyout area, and it's turned into open space, of a park with a band shelter right along the river. Beautiful spot.
So it's right south of downtown there. It's right where the new rapids are on the river, right?
Yep, exactly. Okay. The other part of this, besides this great music, is we're also integrating in a bunch of conservation awareness programs. I mean, there's a local beekeeper, Bob Fassbinder, who is just the most passionate guy about bees, and it's the same things that affect the monarch also affect water quality, affect pollinators like bees. But he's going to give a program on bees. He's bringing a glass enclosed beehive for people to see. He's making queens. He makes his own queens, making queens about them. He's going to be talking about all those things and the things that affect bees. And he's a neat guy. He's the headliner of the conservation awareness part of it.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
What a fun day to learn about a bunch of amazing things, important things in Clayton County, and conservation for all of us here in the area. And get a chance to hear some great music all day, and the kids will have a great time, and it's all free on top of that. That's fantastic.
Let's have food vendors this year, so.
Oh, good deal.
Food.
Get hungry last year by the end of it.
All right, so noon to 7, right? That's the setup. 12 noon to 7 o'clock Saturday.
Yep.
Founders Park in Elkader. It's Music and Monarchs, the second annual event presented by the Clayton County Conservation Awareness Network. And Gary Siegwarth, thanks for all the inside information. Have a great weekend.
No kidding.
I can't wait.
Oh, thank you guys for allowing us to talk about it today.
Oh, no problem. This is an exciting event. You guys go check it out, please. You can again go online. Where is it, Tim?
ClaytonCountyCan.com. You can find out all the information there. I know you guys have a Facebook page as well. Is that right, Gary?
Yep, that's right.
Clayton County Can and Clayton County Conservation Awareness Network. Look them up. You'll find them on Facebook, and you can Google them up and find out all the information about this Saturday's event. All right, you got work to do, Gary. Thanks for checking in with us.
Got to feed the fish.
Feed the fish.
That's right. He's down there at the hatchery in Elkader. We appreciate your company this morning. We're coming right back with your hometown taxi morning traffic jam in a few minutes here on FM 100.5. 50 degrees now. It's 8:42. Good morning.